My name is Brady Barnstable. I'm the co-founder of Seven Sundays. We're a Minneapolis-based cereal brand on a mission to restore people and planet health. And we are, as a food brand in this space, I think uniquely positioned and have a responsibility and opportunity to make a difference to solve both the people and planet health issues that we have from our industrialized agriculture system. We have taken the approach of, impacting change where we can through our farming network and through our suppliers to implement regenerative practices, incentivize those practices, provide markets for diverse crop rotations, things like oats, sorghum, buckwheat, sunflowers, and then also work to utilize underutilized nutrition in the supply stream. So taking leftover nutrient-rich byproduct from oat milk production and utilizing that to make really delicious, nostalgic cereals. Why I came to this meeting, I think this is my third meeting I've been to, and I don't go to many conferences. I think I mentioned today I'm a homebody, but like the people that they've brought together are, in my view, like they're my people. They're like-minded. They're from across different perspectives, different places in the supply chain, and collectively, I think there's just a really positive, happy vibe that I always come out of the conference feeling really motivated and confident that, whatever the next barrier to moving this forward is, we're going to figure it out together and keep moving forward. So I look forward to this conference every year. I think it's really great. They keep bringing new people into the mix as well, and keep the conversation exciting and relevant. Like, I thought the focus on nutrient density this year was well timed and really smart. So always learning, always meeting great people. It's just an awesome network. I think that we're awakening the emotional connection with food through our brand and showing people that our brand stands for taste and texture. Yes, the things that we love from our childhood are really important to the consumer because it has to perform in their cupboard at home. It has to be convenient. It has to be snackable, craveable, for people to love it and for their kids to eat it, and it to be enjoyed. Like, that food should be an enjoyable, emotional experience. Even muesli, our original product, and our oatmeal is like, if they're done right, will bring back some emotion from a traveling experience or maybe from a grandparent's house, something that you had in your childhood or at some point that brings back fond memories. So that's important. I think what we could do better at as a food industry, and what I think is important in this regenerative conversation, is also connecting the farmer story and give people that same emotional connection that they feel through our cereals. Like, give them that same connection to the farmers, where it's grown, all the work that went into it, the care that went into treating the soil the right way, even the hardships and the challenges that farmers experience, and the food industry as a whole. Share that in a way that gives people hope, and gives them something to care even more about what they're putting into their bodies, makes them feel good about what they're putting into their bodies. And I think it just makes the experience more enjoyable, but also like gives them that connection to how food's grown, and that it matters. It matters to, to them, to their families, but also the people along the chain that made the food. And starting to share that story, I think it's like on us as food brands to start sharing more of that, because we're kind of the in between, right? And the cereal aisle in particular, I think the center of the store in general has done a really poor job historically of like maintaining that connection. It seems like so far away from the source of like where it's grown and how it's grown that I think it's been completely lost for people. And we're hoping to start bringing that messaging back, and particularly as it relates to this regenerative story, this nutrient density story, that showing people that like it truly matters, and using emotion in that story. So far, we haven't really started talking much about the nutrient density as it relates to regenerative ag. We do talk about, the general health and well-being of our consumer, and caring about the ingredient label and really what's not there, particularly in the cereal aisle, like leading with super clean ingredients, eliminating any of the artificial natural flavors, artificial sweeteners, any of the things that either trick your body or your taste buds into, craving more and leaving your body feeling fairly empty and unsatisfied. So we've started talking about wellness from a clean ingredient standpoint, and I think that's what our brand is known for in the cereal space, is being, leading edge clean ingredient deck in a space where it doesn't exist. So I think there's a natural transition point where once we have more data around our regenerative practices translating to nutrient density outcomes, I think there will be a natural segue into that. So we're excited about having that conversation. I think it's a really key unlock for the consumer to really grow the awareness of regenerative products and why it's important. But we're not really having that conversation yet. They want to grow diverse crops. They want to do better for the soil, better for the water. They really care about the land. They care about the food that they're growing. There's this whole segment of farmers who wants to do things differently, and get off of the industrialized track that we're on. And I think one of the keys to unlocking the consumer demand is to share their stories, give them hope that there is a different path, and give them the sense that, by buying into that story, they can be a part of the change as well, almost like bringing them along the journey that we get to be on as a food brand. Like, we get to see the cool stuff that these farmers are doing. We just need to share that through in a way that's like really engaging and impactful to the consumer, so that they can see and feel how important this is in the same way that we do. And I think that along with like starting to layer in a little bit of the technical, particularly nutrient density side of the equation, is going to be, I think, a game changer for the regenerative movement, the food as medicine movement. Like, all of it is going to benefit from like unlocking those enough of the technical data to like give it authenticity and merit, but then doing it in a way that's going to emotionally resonate, because food is an emotional thing, and we buy based off of emotion, right? And that's consumers buying products regenerative products, regeneratively sourced products is going to be what keeps this momentum going and what really changes the agricultural landscape.